The holidays often mean lots of family visits, but that can be stressful depending on the family. Of course, I'm not talking about mine at all. Our health specialist, Leah Sarich, is here with how to cope with family stress at this time of year. Busy.
It's busy, right? And you know, that's kind of what's going on. So there's good stress, which is everybody's excited, everybody's coming, but there's bad stress too. And sometimes that can mean the family's coming. So that can be a bad stress time. So I spoke with a family therapist about this just to kind of get a few strategies. And the first thing she said is that if there's something that really needs to be addressed among that one family, Christmas is not the time to bring up that kind of thing.
There are times that are more conducive, and you want to have people that are together and that are wanting to have the conversation at a time when you've got enough time to discuss whatever your worry and concern is and actually, talk together about it. So if you're in a situation, for example, where Uncle Eddie might not be in the best of shape, or Sister Sue doesn't necessarily want to talk about it, that isn't a good time to handle any kind of family issue.
No, not a good time,
totally
right? Yeah, it's all about the timing, and everybody needs to be on board to have those discussions. Christmas, not the time to do it. She has a wonderful analogy. She says Christmas can be like a pressure cooker for some families. Because just think about it. So you get a whole bunch of people all in one room at one time. They're eating too much, maybe they're drinking too much. She's like, it's a pressure cooker. So she said it's really important to take timeouts. Timeouts are really, really important. She said, go for a walk. Just say, hey, maybe grab one family member and go outside, get some fresh air, go for a walk. Another really good tip that I thought was wonderful, if you have small children and it's their nap time, go lie down with them. Yeah.
Mothers, fathers can actually rest with their children, right? So it provides a wonderful opportunity for the parents as well to just have a quiet moment. If you've got a room, just go with your family. So keeping the routines as close to the same, because children thrive on similarity and routine.
And we know how important keeping those routines are for kids, right? Because Christmas is crazy, but if you can try to keep some semblance of a routine, like even just nap time the same, that's going to help you a lot.
Okay, so what about adding in the dimension of blended families? I think for parents, having to send your kids off to the other parent or vice versa, whatever that means.
It's a tricky time. It's a tricky time. And of course, 50% of families are doing this, right? So this is what has to happen. And she said, it's really, really important that parents set aside their issues at this time of year. Set it aside, focus on the kids. And she said it's so critical to make a plan well in advance, and like down to the times of drop-offs, pickups, all that kind of stuff. And she also said it's really important to share the plan. So get the extended family in on the plan so that grandma's not disappointed when all of a sudden the kids have to go, right? And she's saying, oh, no, I want them to stay. No.
It's hard on the kids, right?
Exactly, it's hard on the kids.
Yeah.
So the extended family needs to know the plan as well. And then make sure you tell the children that you have a plan. Because then they'll relax just a little bit.
Okay, and then what about the stress of just not being near your loved one?
Well, and that's often a big deal at Christmas. And she said, take advantage of technology. We have things like FaceTime and Skype, or even just the phone. But again, she says, plan ahead. Because you can be all excited to FaceTime someone and show them the new Christmas presents, but if they're not around, or if it's a different time zone and they're sleeping, it's not going to work, and that can be really disappointing. So in advance, send an email out saying, I'd like to FaceTime at this time, your time, my time, this time, and then you've got the plan and everybody's on board.
More on your blog.
More on my blog.
Health specialist Leah Sarich, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
BreakfastTelevision.ca